emo. If I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo, dropped the mixtape, that shit sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one.
Check, check, check. Alright, what's up fam? Welcome back to the channel. This is our last day in Bali. I decided that today we're actually going to make a pros and cons of Bali since I've been here for 3 weeks. I feel like I've been here for long enough to kind of feel out exactly what I liked about it. Our flight isn't until 1 a.m. So what we're going to do is I have a driver from my last villa and he's just going to take us around for a couple of different places that I wanted to hit as far as like sightseeing stuff goes. Since we're at the gym, we'll start with fitness. So fitness pros out here. One, community. I think community is gonna be the best thing that you're gonna find in Bali. Whether it was at like a CrossFit gym like the one that I was at last time, the Bamboo Fitness, or somewhere like here. They have like these crazy group classes that like when I showed up, there's like a ton of people out there. A lot of people are very healthy and like mindset and fitness based. So you know, you're always going to find people at the gym that you can connect with, especially when it comes to networking out here. I've noticed at this gym and at Wrong Gym that was at both places, everyone's pretty open to meeting new people. And a lot of people here are also working remotely. If you want to find like your people in the fitness space, you're probably going to find it at the gym because everyone's younger. Everyone's a nomad pretty much that lives here. Also, there's beautiful people out in the gym. So it is fire out here as far as the community goes. Second pro of the gym community out here is the amenities. So right now I'm sitting right by like the poolside. Amenities and like additions to the gym are fire because you can have a gym with a pool, a cafe, like a co-working space, somewhere to chill at, and like most of the bigger gyms have that. You can pretty much come to the gym. You can spend a whole day here if you wanted to. You could come, you could go work out, chill by the pool, do the ice plunge, do the red light sauna, like everything. You could take advantage of all of it and like spend a whole day. And I think most people do that because they'll usually like go to the gym, work out, then go do some work on their laptop or something at the cafe. My third pro was content creating. So if you're a content creator or you want to get into content creating, you're going to feel pretty comfortable out here. You know, I go to Compound Fitness back in San Diego and it's pretty content creator friendly where you pull out a camera, no one's going to look at you very differently. Out here, it's kind of the same. A lot of people are in the content creating space or they want to be in it too. So like whenever I have this out, I've either gotten questions about like how I got started or questions more so about curiosity. Honestly, I think everyone's just in their own zone. You know, they're doing their own thing. They have their own business going on, so they're not really out here trying to judge people like that. I would say if you're trying to get in the content creating space or you want to meet other creators, like I met someone else much bigger than me. He has like 158K subs on YouTube and 150 on Instagram. He's just a regular dude, you know? So you're gonna meet other creators that are in the fitness space or also want to be in the fitness space. You'll have plenty of opportunities to meet people, connect, and even like my boy, his name's Ray Jason. So it's this page right here. He even goes to this gym and I met him for the first time in person. We've always followed each other online, but we met here randomly. So it's fire if you want to be in the gym or like content creating space out with fitness. You know, cons. Number one con I would say as far as like nicer gyms out here is the price, because your money goes a long way in Bali, but in the gyms it honestly is pretty much the same if not more expensive than what you're going to spend back at home. For example, I go to my gym at home and it's $80 a month. That's a monthly price for it. For Obsidian, which is actually on the lower end compared to Wrong Gym, your week-long pass is a million rupiahs, so that's $60. Your 1 month pass is 1.8, so that's going to be about like $90 a month. A day pass here, it's 250 rupiahs, which is like $20. I think Wrong Gym was like 1.8 weekly is what I paid, which is the 90 bucks, and then for 4 weeks is 2.9, you know, well over a couple hundred. So it's worth it though. I think like you're gonna build connections, you're gonna have a good workout, and you're gonna have somewhere just like kind of like do your thing with. And then number two, as far as a con, I would say is not all gyms allow content creating or allow a professional camera. At Wrong Gym, I ran into that problem, which is why I kind of wish I signed up here first, is because I kind of shot myself in the foot by signing up for a week-long pass right off the bat. And it was one of those moments where they were like, all right, a week is this much. And I was like, I'm probably going to hit the gym anyways. I heard good things about that gym, but they don't let you record with a professional camera and you can't use a tripod. Depending on like what type of content you create, like if you're creating for YouTube and you need a tripod, you're probably not going to be able to record at some gyms. But if you have a friend with you and you just want to use your iPhone, then you're going to be just fine. Honestly, other than that, I feel like the fitness community out here is fire. I honestly didn't expect that when I came out here because I come from somewhere like San Diego where the fitness community is pretty big already. But I would say out here, it's like that, but a lot more able to meet new people, because in San Diego, everyone's very cliquey or they have their own cliques already. Versus here, a lot of people are either like coming in and out, or they have friend groups coming in and out. So they're always open to meeting new people, and a lot of people are very independent out here. And then you have a lot that you can get from the gym, you know. On that note, we're gonna go start this workout. I was about to go buy a coffee, and I realized I took like two. I've been taking Oxy Shred, which is the old company I used to work with EHP, and it's like their like fat burner / pre-workout. So I took like 2 scoops of that because it's one, I'm gonna leave it here, so I didn't want to waste all of it, and two, I needed the energy. But I was gonna go buy a coffee, and I was like standing in line. I was like, I probably don't need that. So sip on this water, and we're gonna go get this workout started. We're gonna try to get back in our regular routine of workouts starting tomorrow, which is crazy because I fly out Monday at 1 a.m. Bali time, and I get back to San Diego or LA at 9 a.m. Monday. So win-win.
Hey, truck to the plane, to the truck to the hotel lobby. Me, I go to underground garages, presidential suite on deposit, elevator up to the room, shower up and then we hit the club. Touchdown, gotta see what's up. Area code in my phone. What numbers do I still have? Who do I know from the past? Hit one, she say she got a man. Hit another one, it goes green. Must have changed foes on the team. Remember when you let me in between? That was 2017. All good, chuck a look around. Find one to see my type. Now my dog and he knows what I like. He done found me plenty in my life. Problem is I meet this girl tonight, then I go and treat her too nice. Got a red credit card swipes. I don't even know if she a wife, but I do know one thing though. Women, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Baby, I'll love you one day. Baby, we'll someday grow. Till then, I'll sit my drunk ass on that runway, on this one way. Jury in a safe on arrival. Pistol on Jake for survival. A lot of people running for the tire.
Can I pay by card? We're back. We're at Osaka right now. It's actually a coffee shop / restaurant out here. I can't show you guys right now because the clouds literally just came in, but the view is fire. This was one of those Instagram spots that I was like, I really want to try to check it out. I'm right here with my boy Adi. Right here. Adi.
Yeah.
I'm making a video today on, you know, pros and cons of living in Bali. What would you say is your favorite part about Bali?
My favorite? Here.
The view?
Yeah, the view is really nice here.
Okay, what do you say was one con, like a downside?
Like, what, I don't understand what you mean.
Con is something you don't like about Bali.
I like it all.
See?
Yeah, sorry.
So Adi is our friend and also the driver helping me out today. So I'm going to link his info somewhere in the caption below. If you guys are ever in Bali, hit him up. He does private drives,
Yes.
right? Yes. Private drives and then all-day tours. So I actually recommend anyone coming to Bali to do like an all-day private tour if you can for one day, because you'll get a feel of like where is what in what area. We got a little, I got like the shrimp bowl with a little latte.
Wow, spaghetti is really nice.
So it's like 4 o'clock right now, so we're just gonna grab some lunch and then see where else we can hit before I have to be at the airport probably by 10 o'clock, I think. Definitely put on your list. It's called Asaka Specialty Coffee, and no fee to get in, but there is a 50K fee to enter into this area if you're a tourist. I would be careful because we had a small line, like literally like probably a 15-minute line, but I saw in the reviews that for breakfast time, they get packed up. Come early or be like willing to wait for it because you could come all the way up here to the mountains and have a little bit of a wait. Okay, that being said, let's talk about pros as far as like food and money and stuff like that, right? Your money's gonna go a very long way. So if you're from the US, $1 US dollar is 16 IDR or rupiahs, so your dollar is gonna stretch a lot longer out here. Also, the service. Great service out here, like the hospitality, the servers, everyone's super friendly. I mean, just in general, people in Bali are just, I would say, much more friendlier than people at home, or at least much more like open. I was just talking to Adi about this, but like Adi is, look, he's 40 years old. I don't believe it, but I thought we were the same age. So I think that has a factor to do with everyone in Bali smiles. There's the sunlight all the time, fresh food, and always outside, right?
Yeah.
So you're always active, it's pretty much what we try to preach, and you know what we do is like work out, get sunlight, get fresh foods, like, but they live it. So they all look super young here. Third pro I would say is the food is just always high quality and fresh. All the food, usually it's cooked on the same day that it's gotten from the market. So all the seafood I've had, all like the vegetables, all the fruits, they're all super fresh out here. Very little processed food out here, especially for the price again. So when you bring that all into consideration, like living out here to eat clean, eat healthy, and then like I'll pop up a picture I just posted on my story right here. I feel like this is the first vacation where I've been on where I'm like leaving 3 weeks later where I didn't track a single calorie, I didn't try to go out of my way. I just ate clean and ate like normally, and I was able to pretty much maintain my physique, which is like something I've never been able to do, well, especially on vacation. Cons, I would say, is protein. A lot of places, I told you in a different vlog, but in case you didn't see it, a lot of places kind of skimp you out on the protein a little bit. It's just because it's not their main source. Like usually rice and vegetables are like their biggest thing out here. If you order something with protein in it, I would always recommend going double on it. So double chicken, double steak, double whatever, because you're probably gonna get a lower amount. Usually their supplements are pretty expensive out here. So if you're gonna buy supplements from the supplement store, they upcharge it because anything imported takes a bit more money to get here. Protein is something that I'm like struggling to get in, and luckily prices are low enough where you could just go double on it, but if you couldn't, then you'd be pretty much losing on some protein out here. Another con, I guess, would be that they do upcharge at certain like nicer restaurants. Warungs are where you're gonna find like the cheaper amounts of food because it's more their local food. If you go like a fancy cafe, it's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive. So depending on where you go, you could be charging 80K for a coffee, and then the same exact thing you could be buying for food. Drinking is definitely similar. So if you go to a club like Savaya, Vin's, Atlas, whatever like popular club, you're gonna be paying $10, $12 for your drink, which like in San Diego, we pay like $14. So it's a little bit cheaper, but it's still pretty much the same as home. If you do buy anything like hard alcohol and you go out, you're gonna be spending more money. Honestly, the pros outweigh the cons heavily in this scenario because like there's so many beautiful places. There's so many good places for food, local and the westernized style. Canggu is probably one of like the food havens of the area. Like I had so much good food out there. And one dangerous thing is how easy it is to use Grab. So Grab and Gojek are the apps that you can use to order drivers like scooters and cars, and also you can order food off of it. But Grab I've been using pretty much every single night, whether it's like dessert or something for dinner, and you can order anything from there. You can order McDonald's, but you can also order from local restaurants, and it's a lot better than Uber Eats. Like they got Uber Eats beat out miles ahead. So that's another dangerous thing, but otherwise you're gonna have good food out here for the low, and it's gonna be high quality food. Last night I had they said freshly imported Australian ribeye. I think in US dollars I ended up paying $90. That's the lowest. I would be paying probably like $200-300 at home. So when you come out here, enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, enjoy everything, and like the views are just gorgeous. On that note, I'm gonna start to dig in. We'll probably check in at the next spot, which I'm not exactly sure we're gonna choose yet, but once we do, you'll see.
The world, I'ma walk in erection. Spin without a thought, we do it reckless. Your nigga called us texting. You said, baby, don't be mad, you know how break is. Don't open your mouth, you spoke good to me. I ain't built like him.
Adi gave one good con for Bali, and I think you need to hear it. What is
Yeah,
it?
it's I mean for the tourists, they have to respect our
Yeah.
culture here when they stay here.
Yeah.
That's all.
I made him honestly like say it again on camera because I agree. It's like everyone's so friendly here, and
Yeah.
everyone's so nice. You know, the Balinese people are so nice. Like you're visiting their country, their home. I said last time, be careful like the offerings and the
Yeah.
entrances of most places. You're gonna see a little square offering, and be careful of those because that's what their tradition is. Put it on there and don't step on them. Don't throw garbage around. Like just take
Yeah,
care of the
something.
place because it's their home.
And then also when they drive on the street, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
That's all. Because I so many tourists I saw, they do a little bit crazy thing. But I know
Yeah.
this normal, but too crazy is not it. I mean,
It's about the people around you. It's not
Yeah.
about them, right? Maybe they don't get injured, but it's about the people that they could hurt
Yes.
around them.
so that's why I saw many tourists. Yeah, some tourists I saw. Maybe some.
I told you all last time, but be sure if you're gonna drive a scooter and you've never driven one, don't.
Yeah.
But if you know how to drive one, I would still suggest taking a scooter class like I did because
Yes,
he's
yes.
gonna teach you kind of the rules
It's better.
of the roads.
It's better. In one day, maybe like 10 tourists they get accident.
Yeah.
Because I stay on the street, I saw with my eyes they drive really. They look the map and then they drive. They just
Yeah,
going
or they
down.
go too fast because they
Yeah,
think they can.
sometimes they go very crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
just
that's
be
all.
careful when you're in the roads. But otherwise, just be friendly to the people and be respectful of the place and just enjoy your time out here as what you are, a tourist.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the straight deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe inside.
We just made it to where we've been at Crete Ubud Cafe. It's a club slash cafe, whatever you want to call it. We were gonna skip this today, but we had another place that we were gonna go to, which closed at 5 p.m. So we decided to come here instead, and I'm honestly very happy I got to check it out because I was recommended by my friend Dylan that it wasn't like that lit of a place, and honestly I kind of disagree. It's pretty lit out here. I wish I had a whole day here because you could spend the whole day at the pool, you could chill here, and it's a vibe. As far as the next set of pros and cons, I made a little list because this one's just gonna be like general pros and cons to just kind of run through. Pros: everyone's super friendly here. I said that before, but I don't mean just Balinese people, but tourists too, because people are usually visiting from like Australia, Dubai, Netherlands, wherever, right? Everyone's so friendly here because I think they're all open to meeting new people versus like when I'm in the States, everyone's so closed off. Even in California, which is supposed to be one of the better places, it's super friendly here and it's easy to meet people. The area I was in last, Canggu and Uluwatu, I would say were the two easiest to meet people because you can meet people at cafes, co-working spaces, wherever you want to go, you can meet people pretty easily out here. 3, getting around is very easy. Like, yes, there's traffic, which I'll get into afterwards, but you can get around on a Gojek scooter, which is just you hop on a scooter and it's like 80 cents. You can get around very easily. I don't think I ever waited more than 5 minutes for a ride. Most of the time it was like Gojek 2 minutes away. If you're a beginner, like Dee had said, don't scoot here for the first time. Like I learned how to before I came here, but I took a lesson again out here because I just didn't feel comfortable going by myself. Number 4 would be you can do anything you want out here. I feel like this is an all-around place where you can go to the beach, you can get nature, you can work as hard as you want because you can be in your routine and be in your business, which is what most people do when they live out here. Or you can go party your ass off at Savaya, Finn's, Atlas, all these different bars, Old Man's. Like, you can literally have the most fun of your life partying, or you could just grind and hustle and be in a routine, but just enjoy the vibe and experience of this place. So I would definitely say that you can get a very good variety of like what you want to do out here, which I guess San Diego is very similar, except for the fact that I will say, 1, San Diego is expensive as hell, and 2, it's harder. I don't want to say harder to meet people, but people are very cliquey in San Diego, and there's a bit more of a party vibe than people who are there to just kind of put their head down and work. There are people, you know, entrepreneurs out there, don't get me wrong, but here it's like people are all trying to do something and like hustle their way through. As far as cons go, traffic and the roads. Traffic is insane out here. Like if you're on a scooter, maybe I'll post a video if I have one, but they're like literally back to back. Like you're gonna have like some cars or some scooters mixed in, and they're just gonna have like literally, it's a mess. And the roads are like tiny. Sometimes I don't even know how two cars fit past each other, but they somehow do it out here. If you guys can see this right here, it's actually healing now. What happened was there were these like big potholes, like literally a hole in the ground. It was a square hole in the ground. I was on my phone one night. I didn't really like keep an eye, which I should have been doing. And I legit just stepped through it and scraped up my whole leg. Like it was like bloody from up and down. I had to like go to the pharmacy, get it kind of like cleaned up. Horrible start to the trip, which I didn't tell you guys in the beginning. Be careful of the streets because there's always construction going on. They're tight and narrow, and there's always gonna be cars like flying by you. I will say that is one big thing. Number two is bugs. I'm not a bug person. I said that in the last video, but I am not a bug person. So out here, it's an adjustment, and I'm gonna post a video here because this is wild. I'm okay with some bugs, especially now, like I've accustomed to accepting bugs. But 2 days ago, I came back from Uluwatu, and I literally went to my bathroom and I saw mad ants on the ground, on the walls, like red ants on the wall. And I was like, damn, there's like mad ants today. And then I turned my corner, and it's one of those like mini lizard gecko things, and it was dead, and like a group of ants was carrying it out. It was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I will never forget that memory. Be careful of bugs out here, especially mosquitoes. Use bug spray. Always have it on you. Like you literally use it every single day, even when I went to bed, because I refuse to get eaten alive. And then I would buy it's called the bug bite thing, suction that you put over a bite, and if you do get bit, you want to use it, and it does help a lot. Bugs and those little geckos were things for me to get used to, and I was talking to Adi, and he said it's just part of Bali. Like you just live with them. 3 or 4, I forget which one, but it's the weather. It is humid and it's pretty warm. At nighttime it cools down, but it's still humid. Usually my day-to-day, like I really love like a baggy pairs of jeans, baggy pair of pants with like a baggy shirt. Like that's kind of like the street style I've been getting into. And out here I haven't been able to wear anything but shorts. Wore pants one night, and that was because I was going to the nightclub at Sabaya, and that was like the white linen pants that you would see like anyone on vacation wear. So I can't dress up here, which is kind of a downside because I love fashion. I feel like fashion is something I try to put in my content. But since I've been out here, I've been wearing shorts and a t-shirt and a tank top literally everywhere I go. You will have to switch up your style if you're a pants person. Other than that, I would definitely say all the pros outweigh the cons. On the next clip, when either we're gonna go to the airport or the next spot, which I don't know if I'm gonna film the next spot as far as talking goes, just because the airport's just gonna be, it's a bit dark now and the lighting's just kind of trash. The next part, I wanna go over how I feel with my first trip as a solo traveler. So this is my first trip solo traveling ever, especially out the country. It's been an experience. I'm honestly grateful for everything I've done, and like it's been so much fun. But on the next clip at the airport, we'll go over how I felt for my first trip as a solo traveler and the pros and cons of it, because I definitely have ones of both. All right. Thanks for waiting, D.
Right. No worries. Take your time.
My kicks, honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but front for me to start something. Bugging and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is.
It is now 11:30. Since the last time I think I checked in with y'all, it was like what, 6 o'clock? We went to that other place, something Daydari, and that was a good vibe, but we were only there for like probably 30-40 minutes. We got like a quick drink, and we had to be out because it was already 8 o'clock by that time, and we had to get to the airport a little bit early. But bro, I usually have good airport experiences. I feel like I've only had one other bad one, and that was coming back from Cancun. But today was the day they decided to test me. I had my tripod sitting on my bag, and I've never had the problem with this before. Like I came into Bali with it like this, but I usually have it attached to this thing right here. And today they decided that no, you can't, but they didn't tell me that ahead of time. They told me that after I had already checked my bags and got through security and got through to the checkpoint where you have to put your bags through the metal detector, whatever it is. They told me to bring it back, and at first I was like, no, I'm just gonna throw it out. And then I was like, it's like a $120 tripod, and I have a couple hours, so I decided, you know what, let me bring it back. And when I went to go bring it back, luckily, I will say, the customer service, as far as the guy that helped me out, was phenomenal. Texted the person, he took a picture of the bag and everything, tried to get it moving. But I still had to wait an hour just sitting there waiting for my bag to come back from the airplane, for me to put my tripod in the bag, for it to go back on the airplane, for me to just do all that to just go right back into security where they like pulled again my bag aside for no reason. That all being said, we made it. Our flight board's at 12:15, so we got about 45 minutes. Right now we're grabbing a little dinner because the only meal I've eaten today was the one that I showed y'all at that cafe, and that was around 3 or 4 o'clock, but we got a little ramen here. You're not gonna see that. Ramen here. Zero to wash it down, and then this flight is only 3 hours, so this is a 3-hour flight over to Manila, Philippines, and then I have a 6-hour layover, which I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'll probably try to pop into a lounge. I'm debating if I want to like sleep there or wait till I'm on the plane next to sleep. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm gonna try to sleep on this plane to get a little head start on my sleep. That way I'm not like completely sleep deprived when I get to the US. Who knows? We're gonna play it by ear. That being said, I just wanted to run through kind of the last part of what I told you I was gonna talk about, which is the pros and cons of solo traveling. This was my first solo trip and my first solo trip international too, let alone going like 15 hours over to Bali and just being by myself with no friends, booking everything by myself and staying by myself. A couple pros that I'm gonna mention. Favorite one definitely is you get to move at your own pace. So I think the biggest thing with solo traveling, especially when you like create content, is that if you're with a big group, you're rushed, right? Because you have to get to a certain place. Everyone wants to do different things. Maybe someone wants to go to the beach, someone else wants to go to the museum, or someone else wants to go party or something like that. So you get to choose what you want to do and also move at your own pace, so you don't have to be rushed. Some days I decided to just do nothing. I decided to stay in. I just needed an off day from everything because I just didn't, go the days beforehand. Other days I was like, you know what, I should probably step out and like try to go for Old Man's. I was by myself, but that night I was like, should I go out, should I not? You know what, I haven't been to Bali out yet, so let me do it. So you can just kind of move at your own speed and decide what you want to do, and you're not vacationing on anyone else's terms, right? 2, I said it was the freedom to do what you want, but I just kind of said it in there. And 3, I will definitely say it pushes you out of your comfort zone, because since you are alone, you have the freedom to literally be as like, I'm an introverted extrovert, so when I get to meet people, I'm very social, but when I don't meet people yet, and if I don't want to be social, then I can be very introverted. There were some nights again where I was just like, I really just don't want to talk to anyone. My social battery, I've always said, I have a very short social batteries. I can go all out, and then once it gets drained, I need like 2-3 days to just kind of be myself and do my own thing. And that's why I like working. Working by myself is kind of like reset, and then when I go back out, I can like have as much fun and like be as social as I want. When you're alone traveling, on the other side, the first con is you do get lonely. Like there were some nights where I'm like, damn, I wish I had someone with me. I wish I had someone to do something with. I wish, honestly, I had a girl with me to like do certain like dinners with and stuff like that. There are gonna be moments where you are lonely, but it also forces you to be social, because there are moments where I wasn't like really trying to meet anyone, and then like someone comes over at the cafe, they sit next to you and you just say hi. Or like you're at the bar and you're literally by yourself, I have to make a friend tonight, or I want to talk to some girl, and like you can actually pull up on them. And it seems a little bit easier just because I feel like you don't have like a whole friend group looking at you. It forces you to get out of the comfort zone. I will say you still have to try. It's not like people are just going to come up to you because you're solo traveling. You have to put yourself out there, and as long as you put that energy out there, you're going to meet people if you want to, like at the gym or at one of the co-working spaces. If you just you have some type of connection. Content creating is a huge connection. When I'm like filming with the drone or with a camera, people do usually come up and say, what are you shooting, or like cool content or something like that. You can kind of kick it off from there. Then it's up to you to be also the one to continue that conversation and continue that connection, because if you're by yourself and you meet 2 people, they're not going to be the ones who just constantly say, come with us. Like you have to actually try to like say, yo, let's kind of do a plan, or I'm doing this tomorrow, do you guys want to join in, or like what do you guys do? Just know that you're not always going to meet people. I thought coming into this trip that every single day I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to find a new friend, I'm going to find a new group, I'm going to find no, there's going to be some days where you just chill by yourself. Some days like I talk to nobody, some days I talk to like one person. It's kind of move at your own pace and you decide how you want to do it. But I definitely say try to put yourself in situations where you're going to meet people, whether, unfortunately, bars and clubs are pretty easy. Bars, I would say, are easier than clubs, because clubs, everyone's already on their ass drunk. You pull up to a gym, they have like a yoga class or some other class going on. you could hop into one of those. I'm sure you'll meet people. Run clubs are another thing. There's plenty of opportunities. You just have to put yourself in those situations, and you have to make an effort to do it. But once you do, it's actually pretty easy. Once you're in that situation, there are people that are going to come up to you like, hey, are you traveling by yourself? Or hey, what are you doing today? 3 is definitely going to be having a friend group to go out is a lot easier than going out by yourself. I think going out to dinner is actually easy for me because it's kind of like, it's pretty chill. Like you're just kind of at dinner, even if it's a nice dinner, like it's not that awkward because a lot of people do it in Bali. But if you're going to a club, it is hard to be by yourself and weave your way through, especially since most people are in their groups already. When I went to Savaya, I met one guy and he was like part of a hostel. So he was with like these other 2 girls and I ended up like connecting with them. I also met 2 girls that I had met from Finns. You will meet people, but it's easier as far as like having like a guys friend group. When I have my boys from home, Matt, Jared, and Jay, it's a lot easier when you guys have like your little crew and then you guys are chilling. It's a lot more fun that way. That all being said, will I do it again? Hell yeah, I will. I had a great experience, honestly. For my first solo trip, I'm happy with the balance of the people I met and also the time I spent alone. I feel like I had a good balance between like going out and also just exploring because I didn't want this trip to be like a constant like party vibe because I know you can get sucked into that. Another tip for solo traveling I would say is I would consider staying in a hostel. The only reason why I didn't book a hostel is because I felt like, you know, they're kind of dingy and like maybe like they're dirty. And no, honestly, out here, they're actually pretty nice. And a lot of people who solo travel stay in them for the sole reason because it's easy to meet people. If I could do this trip again, since this was my first solo trip, I would stay in a hostel for like 4 or 5 days and then book my own place and venture off on my own. Just because you would get that balance between meeting a group of people, then you can go off on your own or you all can book a different villa. Third and fourth tip for solo traveling would be plan your itineraries and excursions. Especially after I got out the villa, I got back into work mode like that. So I kind of spent 2-3 days where I just didn't do anything as far as excursions. I do wish that I had a couple excursions plans like ATV rides I missed out on. I wish I had more days in Uluwatu, which I missed out on. Wish I had more things planned out better beforehand, at least a framework. With Bali, you don't need to have specific days planned, but if you know like, okay, I want to do these things, or I want to hit Uluwatu for 5 days, Canggu for 5 days, and then Ubud for 5 days, like you should have a framework around it versus what I do is I book my Ubud place, I book my Canggu place, and I said I'll figure it out from there. Book your excursions ahead of time, possibly stay in hostels if that's something that you want to do and meet people with. Be okay with sometimes being alone, which honestly I think is a good thing. It's a very good self-growth thing to be alone. I really do enjoy my own space, which is why I like to do it a lot. But like if you're someone who doesn't like to be alone, I would say push yourself too when you can, just because you will grow from it. When you start to enjoy your own space, you start to feel more comfortable by yourself, going out to dinners by yourself, then now you're just a whole person who you're just more comfortable being in your own space, and like other people can kind of feel that and can be comfortable. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I'm kind of getting a bit tired here, so I'm gonna end off the vlog here. But I hope you guys enjoyed all the Bali content. So whenever you see this video, it's probably gonna be like 4 weeks after you've seen the other one. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the content so far. I have a big surprise coming for when I get back to the States. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys really did enjoy this vlog, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Bali tips and these like tip videos. I'm trying to incorporate them where there's a certain topic in it. So if you guys enjoyed it, please drop a like, drop a subscribe, a comment too. Do whatever you guys do on this channel, and I hope y'all have a good one. Alright, peace.
Give me a moment to be sincere. Feeling this way since top of the year. Lately we've been real unsure, unclear. Is it just me? Where do you go when you disappear? Tell me your secrets, you got my ear. Room to assume it's feeding my fears. Don't wanna leave, pull me in closer. Can we start over? Don't want nobody but you. No matter what we go through, keeping it between us two, me and you. Can we survive the distance? Don't know what we're missing, but there is a space between us. I know healing ain't instant, but can we survive the distance? Lifetimes are going like years away. More it will grow the more we delay. I'm just hoping it isn't too late. it's a little cliche. I know we're supposed to live in the gray. Leave it to chance or leave it to fate. But I miss.
Yo, I think I see him. Oh yeah, I see him right there. Yo, it's fire.
Leave it to fate, but I miss